Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Kovacs here. Mishnah Yomi for Shabbat Vayetze is holding in chapter 8 of Bava Batra, Mishnah 3 and 4 today. Here's Gimel. Benot Tzlafhad, the famous daughters of Tzlafhad. Recall that their father had passed away in the wilderness, and they had no brothers. So there was no one to inherit their father's share in eretz Yisrael. They came to Moshe Rabbeinu. They said, we want part of eretz Yisrael. We want our father's inheritance to continue, even though he has no sons. We want to get that land and settle in eretz Yisrael. They expressed a profound love of eretz Yisrael, a profound respect for their father, to want to continue his legacy, even though he had passed away and wasn't coming to eretz Yisrael himself. So they famously asked Moshe Rabbeinu, and the answer from Hashem was yes. Certainly, where there are no sons, the daughter will inherit the land and be able to have a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. So Benot Tzlafhad natlu shlosha chalakim. They actually got 3 shares in Eretz Yisrael. Benachala in the inheritance, helik avihen, the share of their father Tzlafhad, who had passed away. And this is important because it teaches that even those who passed away in the wilderness, the generation that left Mitzrayim and died in the Midbar, in the wilderness, they received a share of Eretz Yisrael upon leaving Egypt, and that transferred to their children. So this is the share we're talking about. Shahaya im Yotzi Mitzrayim, because he was one of those who left Mitzrayim, and everyone who left Mitzrayim got part of Eretz Yisrael. Even if they never set foot in Eretz Yisrael, it would go to their descendants. V'chelko im Echov b'nechsei Chefer. Also, they got a portion with his brothers, with their father's brothers, in the inheritance of Chefer. Chefer is the grandfather, the father of Tzlafhad. He also left Mitzrayim, so he was entitled to a share. He also passed away in the Midbar, and his surviving sons got his portion in Eretz Yisrael. And since Tzlafhad had passed away, the daughters, his granddaughters, got part of that share. V'shahaya bechor notel shnei chalakim. And because Tzlafhad was the bechor, the firstborn of Chefer, his daughters, the Benot Tzlafhad, these 5 daughters actually got double the inheritance of the brothers. So the granddaughters got double in the Nichsei Chefer, in the inheritance of Chefer, than the other brothers, the surviving brothers, did. And in the Gemara, in the Kehatia, they explain this is very important because it shows us that Eretz Yisrael is not just a future interest. Now, to explain, a bechor gets double in his father's estate, but only things that are actually in the estate, things that are muhzak. There's a chazaka. They're already there. They're realized assets, not unrealized future gains. That's called roi. Roi is, they're going to come. They're accounts that we're going to receive later on. So you might have thought Eretz Yisrael is considered something in the future, a future interest that's unrealized, regarding people who left Mitzrayim. But no, it's considered as if they actually had it in the estate, and therefore the daughters would take double because Tzlafhad was the bechor. And it's important to realize Am Yisrael is muhzak in Eretz Yisrael. Even Jews that never set foot in Eretz Yisrael, Baruch Hashem, these days we are so blessed. We can get on a plane, we can go, God willing, it'll be good, it'll be safe, it'll be good. But for many generations, they couldn't even go. But even if they couldn't go, our hopes were always to Zion, to Tzion. And it's always muhzak in Am Yisrael, even if we never saw it, never set foot on it. It's always part of our soul, of our neshama, is Eretz Yisrael. So we learn here in this Mishnah, it's considered muhzak. A bechor gets double. It's considered as if it's actually part of the estate. It's not just something unrealized in the future. On to Mishnah Daled, echad ben ve'echad bat benachala. That whether it's a son, whether it's a daughter, they're the same in inheritance. Meaning, as we said yesterday, the son takes first, but if there's no son, the daughter takes just like the son would. Ella, but there are some differences. Shabeno telpi shnayim b'nechsei ha'av. If the son is a bechor, he gets double from the bank account, the estate of the father. Eino no telpi shnayim b'nechsei em. He does not get double from the mother. So he might get a double share of the father's estate, but he does not get a double share of the mother's estate if the mother deceases and they're dividing that amongst her children. Habanot and daughters, nizonot minichsei av, they get mizonot, that means food and support and clothing, from the bank account of their father. If their father passes away and there are both sons and daughters, so the sons really inherit the estate. They take precedence, but the daughters have a right, and it's written into the ketuvah, and even if it's not written, they're given that right anyway by the court to be fed and supported from the estate of their father. And as we'll see later, if there's not enough money to both give land and inheritance to the sons and to feed the daughters do take priority, and the sons need to go out and get a job or beg. But daughters are not supported from the bank account of the mother. So if both the parents passed away, then the father's bank account would go to feeding and clothing the daughters, and whatever's left goes to the sons, and the mother's account would be shared equally. Yishar kochachem, Shabbat Shalom, Tzikudim Mitzvot.